Well, very good morning on the 20th of July 26, and look at these Michaelmas daisies, aren't they splendid? Look at the quality on these flower heads. I've thoroughly enjoyed this summer. I'm afraid I'm not moving them. The postman will have to just shuffle past, but these are incredible, really beautiful. Look at this. Some parts of the garden are a bit tired, and I didn't do these plants this year. Look at that. It's unattended. I've been just too busy with other duties. And although I staked these up, there has been a bit of a collapse at this point. But not to worry. I'll get these tied up at some point. But just look at the colours. Well, the whites and the yellows, the brilliant yellow, and there's just going to be a huge amount of butterflies which will settle here. There's the knapweed I was talking about the last time. I forgot the name. You might just see it, some of it, but start to go back. The plants are. Well, I'm surprised the daisies are doing as well as they are because of the continuation of this dry weather. But flowers just do their own thing, you see, and best just to leave them to their own devices. It's just amazing, isn't it? And all my firewood has been absolutely baked this summer, so I've got no issues about the birch over there being unseasoned. It'll be well dried out. Even if we get rain on top, it'll still be fine now. And also the oak on the other side. It's a bit of a jungle here, Andy. This is why you said you're going to be clearing this one. Yeah, it's just I simply can't be at all different corners of the earth at the same time. I can spend 8 hours a day in here doing everything, but then I have to forsake everything else, you see. So any of these ones will be snipped back, and I can take them down to the cemetery for flowers for the gravesides. I have a big load about the cemetery to do, but I can't allocate the time just now for it. I'll get round to it. I'll probably work all my videos backwards. You wouldn't expect me to sit indoors on sunny days facing a computer. Look at this is perfect, eh? But look how dry everything is. It's just well, it's just the way it is. I mean, I could spend 4 hours with a watering can. I'll need to get the watering can for some of these plants because it's a bit cruel. Sweet William's doing alright. A couple of weeds there. Although the 2 weeds that I pulled out there are actually edible, short-fruited willow herb, which is again going to make a nice tonic. You see them? They come out in the pinky flower. Everybody just pulls them out, but they do. And there's some self-heal. The self-heal's not done very well in this shaded corner. And my Dianthus has not done terribly well this year. No plants. Anybody who put in a lot of plants this year would have to spend an entire day with a watering can in their hand. So the oak is well seasoned. It's got to the stage that the oak now will ignite and burn very quickly, which is not something I really want. You want it dry enough to, not cause any residue on the chimney. Oh, that's right, my chimney's getting swept next the 28th of July, so well, that's good news. And all this stuff here. This is all my kindling, which I'll get round to everything. Everything's been stacked up in here. And, the cat's been around already today. She's been fed, but I think she's gone into. I've opened up when I'd done all this work last week, beginning of last week. A couple of days I cleared everything in here. It's a lot neater, and the other side. Hung these up to dry. But inside the compost bin there's a little door. I've opened it and the cat seems to like creeping in there for a snooze out of the hot midday sun. Oh, she's over there, sorry. No, she's quite relaxed, I'll just leave her. Cats don't always like getting disturbed. They like to spend time thinking. She spent about 12 hours in this garden yesterday. She was here at 20 past 8 and she hadn't left by 10 o'clock. And her owner came along, not to my house, but I seen her passing, shouting for her. And then the cat went away back along. It must have been there for about 20 minutes and then came back to my house again. And then she wandered away about 11:30. She was doing a few meows. I don't know what the story was, but I zipped up the steps just to make sure she was alright. She seemed to be. Kittens had I don't know how they're doing, but they're 12 weeks old now, as of last night, exactly. 3 months ago she had the children. She's alright just sitting there. Yeah, she's fine. So I need to get moving. It's a very short video from the home address. And all the trees now, glorious pink. I did stake all this up, look. These are something's occurred to cause the everything to collapse all around. I need a double string in there, but anyway, I haven't neglected my duties. It's just I don't have time for everything. Right, Andrew, let's depart and get our day started, please. Alright, so this is the yarrow that I dried off last night. I've also dried off the Lydia's bed straw, which I've put away, and there's also the sneezewort. But this is just that collection of yarrow I had, and I'll pop it into one of my storage jars here, and then we'll get another batch and do a little more, so there's ample for the for the next year. I've got some from last year or the year before, but I'll box out which one was yarrow. But this is perfect. And as I say, there's a bountiful supply of health contained within this dry mixture. So I just want to show you that, and I better push on. The weather's absolutely gorgeous outside, but I have to sacrifice something. I can't be out in the sun when I've got so many jobs to contend with here. The cat's sprawled out on my garden bench. It's been here again since 9:15 this morning, but she is sleeping in the sunshine. So every so often I'll pop out, and she's been in for some lunch, but she'll be back out again for sleep. So she spends all day with me. It's unbelievable. But, anyway, that's our Yarrow yapping here. Well, good evening on the 20th of July. Hopefully the light's alright in here. It's a bit shadowy, I think. But that's that Yarrow that I dried off last night, and that's all stored in this jar. And it's about half full, or half empty. But we'll get that filled up with some more. I've been washing a lot of my storage jars, and what I've done is I've actually dumped just about everything from previous years. I think 2 years, maximum 3 years is probably enough for any of these vegetable matter sort of thing, you know, plants and seeds and flowers. So I've dumped quite a bit, and anything I pick from now on will be obviously fresh in 2026, and will do me for the next 2 to 3 years if I need it. But as I say, I don't go through an awful lot, although the Yarrow possibly will use quite a bit. Talking about Yarrow, this is the can you see the quality on this, Andy? I managed to find a patch late last night when I was up in Crieff, which was sheltered from the heat and just a bit more moisture in the ground. So this is the way Yarrow should be. It looks delicious, doesn't it? So this is what I'm going to be sending off. Bear with me a minute, I've got the Gallic station rattling in the background. Yeah, I think it's iPlayer. Well, not iPlayer, but it's yesterday's service from the Western Isles. The Presbyterian one, I think. But what we've got here, look at that. That is absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to just send this off to this chap who's in diet. I won't send him the whole lot, but I'll send him a decent bunch and advise him to you know, split the, just take a knife and chop it up. I would have went up and I would have done the whole thing, but as I said yesterday, I've got time restraints on me this week. I'm particularly busy. So I'll put a covering letter and just explain what he needs to do, and if he's got any issues or any questions, I'll fire him my phone number and he can get a hold of me. But simply, this will do the work that he needs to be done. I'm almost sure of it. I'm quite sure he'll have success in his ailment if he follows the instruction and he takes the Yarrow and doesn't bottle out. If he needs to ask, well, I'm not asking him to drink it, although this is drinkable. It is very drinkable, and that's a very, very healthy crop. But that's what I'd like to send to the person, you know, to show them how fresh and stuff it is. So I've got some brown paper here, which I'll wrap it in. It's on the camera, Annie. We've got a box here, so we'll stick everything into the paper, fold it up, and put it in the box, tape it up, and with a covering note inside, and then address and send that to him. I was going to say, if you're ever stuck on salvaging any glass jars which have labels which are very difficult to remove. See, I've not done that one, but these big ones I have, and maybe another little dabbing there. I mean, I don't have to be a perfectionist, I'm only in here on my own, but if you are putting jars on show for any reason, for whatever purpose you've got, these will offer an extremely tight fit, and everything should be alright in these jars. What I was going to say, oh yes, if you get yourself some olive oil and some baking soda, if you tease the worst of the label off with cold water, and then you've got that adhesive stuff which is very difficult to move. If you use hot water, you tend to spread the gluey stuff all around the jar, and it ends up all a sticky mess. But if you just dab a little bit of olive oil mixed with baking soda onto it and leave it, and then give it a gentle scrub and rinse it, you'll find it's very smooth. So that's a little tip for you as well. I mean, if you're like me who's got OCD, and something like this in the winter would be an ideal job for me, I would spend probably about 7 hours just washing glass jars, removing the labels with olive oil and baking soda. Yeah. But, there we go. So that's the Yarrow from last night. The rest of it, all the rest of the stuff that I picked, including the lady's bed straw and sneeze and what's all been dried off, and I'll be putting that to use shortly. So I'm going to close camera and get this all nicely packed for the gentleman, and hopefully he will be encouraged when he sees this coming out. And as I say, I hope he doesn't bottle it. But I understand some people are reluctant to do things if they're not certain. But, I'll mention in the letter, this is the stuff that we would use in the battlefield before bandages. This and sphagnum moss, anything to shove into the wounds to stop the blood flow. But this one works particularly well, and all the blood is soaked up. And because the flower heads are an antiseptic, antimicrobial, and astringent, this works. And if I had a small cut, even a small scratch, like if I there, and I showed you this and put it on the cut, and then date stamped it and showed you, an hour, a couple hours, sorry, a day later, you would find that whatever was there is gone. Come on, Andy, you're muttering. Oh, you've got things to do. Right, we'll leave it at that then.